We are live on the Resellers Wake Up. This is episode 14, October 30th. Welcome, everybody. It's a pretty rough night last night for some people. It was, I think the hangout was still going on this morning when I woke up. But yeah, we had a pretty good time at the Halloween party and the meet and greet last night. And, you know, everybody who stuck around after, it was pretty fun. Pretty crazy, pretty wild, but, we get together at night and stuff goes down. But anyway, I made it up. Can't believe it. Got Adam and James here this morning, and it's a working hangout, so people are constantly coming and going. I know Eric. He popped in a little bit ago. He's in his car though, so it's kind of hard to broadcast from your car. But anyway, we're just gonna be talking today. I mean, it's going to be hard to top yesterday. We had such an awesome show. We had Robert Bagley on. If you missed that show, go back and check it out. Uh, but oh, but yeah, we're gonna do our best today. See what we can do. But hopefully, people start to come on as the show goes on. But anything wild and crazy happened with you guys last couple days, Adam? I know you were a judge. What did you think of everybody's costumes last night?
Can I just not say? Because some were bland, some were really cool, actually. But,
Yeah, the Gilman's costume was pretty freaking amazing. They they went all out. If you haven't seen them, you got to check out the Facebook page and try and find it. They did a pretty good job. They definitely earned first place. Then Elena's costume was great. Everybody's costumes were good, but I kind of got lazy and slapped something together at the last minute. But it still was a lot of fun. It was definitely interesting. I hope everybody liked the show last night. But yeah, what about sourcing? Anybody get anything the last couple days?
not really, no.
What
I
about you,
did get
James?
a few items. Had a suit that I picked up. Finally got it repaired and listed last night. And let's see, I've got a few clothing items. Got a Pendleton shirt, Orvis shirt, brand new with tag. That was my first Orvis shirt ever finding. Got it for $3 because it was a long sleeve shirt, but brand new with tags. A couple other things, mostly just some clothing items. Nothing really outstanding except that Orvis shirt.
Yeah, I got a little bit of sourcing done yesterday, but there wasn't much of anything. I was actually trying to source my costume yesterday. Uh, didn't. I mean, I got the last couple pieces that I needed just to throw something together, but uh, it was pretty fun. But as far as items like for resale, I didn't. I guess I didn't find anything yesterday except a couple of Scene It games, but I haven't gone through them yet to see if they're complete or not. I'm planning on just taking all the pieces out because they were all the exact same ones. So I think I'm just gonna make some pictures of the pieces and just part them out and sell each individual thing. And that way, I can just set up an auction where I've got three of this piece and like quantity three, like sell them one at a time or whatever for like $5 a piece just to see how they go. But gonna start playing around with that more with the board games.
Have you ever taken figured out the difference between selling it complete and selling it by piece? Because by piece you're not going to sell everything, but you can sell most of the things. But have you ever figured out the difference in the prices? What
Yeah,
sells if you can do it this way or that way?
it takes, I'm not going to say that it takes longer because used board games just don't sell well for me. They take a long time to sell, and usually I end up dropping my price a couple times before they finally move. And, if I'm selling a $20 board game for, yeah, it's cool that I, paid $2 to $5 for it, but then you got to factor in the shipping. Those things are so big and bulky. They tend to cost like, what, 10, $15 to ship sometimes. So, they end up costing almost as much as they would new. So generally, I stay away from board games unless they're new, unless it's something like Monopoly or Seen It or something with the interesting pieces that people might want just for collector's items, or if it's a really popular game, maybe they just need the pieces to finish their copy. But we're gonna try it. I'm gonna see how it goes, and like I said, I've heard of a lot of people doing it, and they seem to sell pretty well. I mean, they're there aren't a whole lot of eBay auctions up for that stuff. So it might just be one of those things where if you find the right game, then you're the only one selling it. Then somebody's eventually going to need the pieces. But
I purchased a Monopoly Disney edition. It had a couple pieces missing, so they sold it for 50 cents. And no, it had the money missing. And I bought it for 50 cents and parted it out. I recall I got, I want to say $14 for the board. And I sold like 3 or 4 different moving pieces for anywhere from $5 to $10. And the hotels, I sold all the hotels and houses for $14.99. I never added it all up to find out exactly what it was because I still had like 2 pieces left to sell.
right.
But yeah, it seems like it got more money by piecing it out.
Yeah. How long did it take to sell everything?
Like I said, I still have 2 pieces to sell, so it's still
Right.
selling.
Well, I mean,
that was I purchased it probably 6 months ago. About that.
okay. Morning, Eric. How's it going?
You know, a couple
Morning,
of
what's up, guys?
like 2 weeks right after.
So you got your money back really fast, and the rest
Oh, yeah.
is just pure
Yeah.
profit. Cool. Anything? What's going on, Eric? You were on
Another
the
day.
yeah. What'd you think of the show last night?
That's fucking wicked.
The Gilmans were amazing, right? Those zombie
Yeah,
costumes.
man, I thought they were great, and then Lena came on. It was just like, holy crap, you know. So a few people definitely put a lot of work into it. I thought Cool Toads was pretty funny. I don't even know Bill Stoner that well, but I could actually see the resemblance. The only difference is he should have piled more crap behind him.
Yeah, definitely should have followed.
Adder, should have filmed it in your room.
Yeah. What's going on, Danica? How are you doing?
Hey
Morning,
guys,
Danica.
how are you?
Good. Yeah, you were actually on the show last night. That was pretty fun, wasn't it? Did you get to stick around for very long after the show went off?
Yeah, actually John watched it with me for a while. I jumped off, because there were so many people that wanted to get on, so I jumped off pretty quick and just started watching in the comment, watching the show and staying in the comments. So it was a pretty good time.
Yeah. It's actually better to watch it from the comments because when you get a full hangout, you can't see everybody. And the
Yeah,
whole point of last night's show was to see everybody.
yeah,
But yeah, just their little avatars show up, but then you gotta kind of watch it on YouTube while you're still in the hangout, and you've got that like 6-second delay or whatever it is, so it takes a while before you get caught up. But yeah.
John got a kick out of your comment, Eric, about not shooting the ceiling. I told him, I was like, it was unloaded, I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
He must be a gun enthusiast if he got a kick out of that.
Oh, John is John and Pickard Army, those two, out of all of the guys here, that's who John is most like, would be Pickard Army. So that gives you some kind of idea. Only John a little more acidic in his jokes.
Oh, Picker Army's just nice about it.
Yeah.
He plays nice when he's on the air.
You know what? John is that butthead that everybody loves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'll completely tell you off, and you'll thank him for it.
Yeah, Adam had to hop off. I guess he's got a Craigslist deal to do, but I haven't heard from Picker Army. Hopefully he'll be on a little bit later. But I was talking to Tracy Smith, Entrepreneur Girl, on Facebook. We might have her on coming up soon. That'll be pretty fun. I know she's got a lot of really good information, and she's really interesting to talk to.
Well, I came home last night to my new badass label printer, which I was so excited about. I sent Danica pictures of the labels.
Awesome.
Like, I don't know.
Up at
It was
1:30.
like 2:45 in the morning my time.
Yeah, I have my phone, and it's funny because I had woken up to get it. I was thirsty, and I just sat down on the edge of the bed and my phone goes off and I was like, what in the world? And it's Eric, pictures of his labels. He's like, I got it. And then he sends me a picture of a pile of labels. He's like, but it took a little bit.
Yeah, I still need to get a label printer, but I
Hey
don't.
man, this is a Brother QL 700. I paid $52 for it on eBay. Buy it now, shipped,
Nice.
Holy
and
cow!
it prints all your post office labels and all your FBA barcodes.
Now,
I
do you have to?
don't think it does UPS. I haven't tried it yet, but I don't believe UPS reformats to it because this is how the Postal Service labels look. But it all uses the same label tape, and it's continuous.
Oh, really? They all use the same
Well,
tape.
it uses the same tape, yeah. Here's the FBA label, see? It
Oh, okay.
has a cutter, so it cuts it off where you need it automatically.
Oh, okay. I see what you
Well,
mean.
this stuff's only like $3 or $5 for 100 feet of it
How
on
many labels?
I think eBay or whatever, and it's refillable rolls. That's the only thing that you actually pay for, and it does have this other size, but I won't use it. It just came with it.
Eric,
But
I remembered where I was reading about that printer, and it was in the seller forums. So
yeah,
search the seller forums about printing your UPS labels, because
okay.
I'm certain that's where I read about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it because if it'll do UPS, then I'm set to go. I can do everything I need on one printer.
That is
But these are refillable. These rolls. So you just buy the roll of labels and stick it back on here.
right. Yeah, you just buy the labels by the roll, right?
Yeah, you can buy it by the roll. I'll have to look again. It was like $3 or $5 on eBay for like 100 feet of the label.
And it's just one size label. You don't have to switch it out when you're doing FBA.
Nothing.
Nice.
So the only thing with the FBA part now is you got to print it as you enter the items in. So you go to it's the what is it? I can't remember now. Drawing a blank. Oh, scan and label on Seller Central.
Uh-huh.
So you scan your items in and print your label at the same time, and then you go through and do the rest of it. And I don't know if it works with List-E yet. I haven't signed up for List-E. I know that's what the Gilmans use, and they talked about it with me the one day. So it may work with List-E as well. I know on List-E, you do your listing, and it prints a single label at the same time. So it does add a little bit of an extra step, but it beats searching through 100 labels trying to label all your books and stuff. You know what I mean? Because it prints
Now,
it
let me
out
ask you:
as you
do you
put it
know
in the
about
computer.
UPS and shipping it with that label? Will that work?
With the Postal Service?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this is actually their
Yeah, I saw
format
the
for
one label you
eBay.
printed out. I was just curious. I thought
Right.
somebody.
Okay. So on eBay, if you go to the upper right-hand corner, it has different print settings for the labels, and it has a bunch of different label printers that are listed. You just select the QL 550 because the 700 is not in their list, and it prints out the same way that it does on the 550.
Okay.
But this is an
Yeah, I'm just
actual,
curious.
yeah,
The
this is a
bar.
Postal Service authorized label.
Okay.
So, because it's actually done right through eBay. And the package that showed up, the box, they actually had one of these labels on it. So,
That's convenient.
There you go.
yeah, I know it looks weird, but hey, it's a Postal Service converted it. So,
Yeah, as long as the
if you think
barcode's
about it, it's
good.
got all the information you need on it.
Yep. Now was it just a one of, or was this a guy that has a bunch of them for sale? Like, could I get on there and buy the same listing right now?
I didn't see any others on there, but I've seen people talk about getting them as cheap as like $50 to $75 new, like on sale at Staples and stuff. So if you look around for them, they're a lot cheaper than the Zebras and stuff.
Yeah, I'm
I
definitely
think
gonna
they're
look
only
into it.
$100 brand new.
Oh wow, and it does everything. That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
probably
it's
what
pretty cool, and it was just a lot of. Actually, I discovered it on YouTube.
I'm gonna look into it for sure. Yeah, I'm just still using my laser printer, but I've got so many of those cartridges because I keep finding them at thrift stores and stuff, brand new. That I mean, I will never run out until that thing breaks. Then, I mean, I've got cartridges, inkjet cartridge or laser jet cartridges for days, man. I mean, it takes me 6 months to go through one of those things anyway, just printing. Because the only thing I
Right.
print out is eBay and Amazon
Well,
labels.
but the thing is, this is even cheaper than buying the labels. You know.
hmm Well, you get 1,000 FBA labels for $10, and you get when I'm doing my eBay labels, all that I do is print out on a regular piece of paper, and then I tape it over with a piece of packing tape, and
Right.
that way it protects the label from like weather and stuff.
Well, that's the beauty of these is you could wash this. As long as you don't put any chemicals on it, it's not going to go away.
Yeah, that's
You know, so you don't have to do the taping thing anymore. And with the FBA, if you got 35 items, you just wasted almost a whole sheet of labels printing out those other 5 labels.
yeah, you're right.
But this, it only prints the labels that you need.
Yep.
So it's definitely cool, you know.
I'm gonna be
I've been
working on
using
that.
a laser printer forever. I don't know why in the world I never thought about buying a label printer, you know.
Hey, Eric, why don't you put the name of it in the chat?
Yeah, what was that number again on the label printer? You said yours is 500 or 700, but you had to click the 550, correct?
Yeah, the 550 in eBay.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, it took me a minute to figure out how to get it all to work, you know, between searching forums and other help areas and all that stuff. So
Hey, sorry guys, I got dropped there. Looks like my camera's starting to. My camera wants to be dark today for some reason. I had it set up perfect, and then I pop out and back in, and now I'm just.
It must be tired from last night.
Yeah, it's probably just tired from last night. My camera had a long night last night for sure.
we don't want to hear about it.
Just a quickie look on Staples. The QL700 is $99 regular price at Staples.
Yeah.
The Brother QL500, if we can see if that one works, is regularly priced $65.
I think the doesn't have the auto cut feature, if I'm not mistaken.
So then you would have to get like the individual labels.
Well, that or you'd have
Not
to
a
cut them
roll.
or something.
Yeah, it's
Right,
got
the 700 cuts them off.
Well, that's the thing. What he's saying about those rolls is it's just a roll of like paper with
Continuous.
a continuous roll of paper, and you got to cut them. And if it's auto cut, then it just saves you that step.
Right, that's what I
They're
was
not
if it cuts
label
or not.
sizes.
Right. Yeah, see, it's just one continuous label.
Yeah.
There's no perforations.
So probably
Well,
would
the other
not.
cool thing about that is if you want to like label your boxes, you know, there's all sorts of other things you can do with the continuous labels.
Mm-hmm.
Because you
So
can
you-
literally print something that's 100 feet long.
Now would you be able to do a packing slip for that? I'm curious.
I saw that over there. I'm not sure. I'd have to try it, I guess.
Now, do you guys actually use packing slips when you're shipping stuff out? Like, I never use a packing slip. I don't use
See,
it on
I
Amazon.
don't either. I've never used one.
I do for eBay. It just has my little, hey, thanks so much, you're awesome, yada yada, and then I sign my name on it.
Yeah,
I do have a letter, a flyer I put in my packages, but I don't do a packing slip.
I think if I was going to
print
do
off the
something like
eBay
that,
or
I'd
the-
probably copy or scan my signature in and then just create a blank one that I could plug it in. I don't think I'd want to sign a couple hundred packages every week.
Right.
You can't even read my signature. It's just the fact that it's got ink on there, you know, that people are like, ooh, personal, you know.
Right.
But I just print out the eBay or the PayPal. You know, when you print your shipping on eBay and you can print the PayPal packing slip or whatever.
Yeah.
I just print that because it's got, you know, because I figure people that order a lot, you know, they're not necessarily going to remember who they got everything from. And I used to highlight the item and my eBay ID, but I don't, you know, now it would just take too long to do that on everything.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
figure
that's
what it's got. And mine automatically has instructions for how to contact me without opening a case on there, you know.
yeah. I've thought about doing something like that. I mean, I probably should start. I mean, it's not like I have any
Takes
shortage.
a second. Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen a couple of examples of really good packing slips that people use. That I know, like Jesse Jacobs. We're gonna hopefully have him on tomorrow. He's got a really awesome. He's probably got the best packing slip that I've seen. Just the way that he personalized it and everything. But he makes them for people. Designs
It
them.
prints it, but you need magnifying glass.
That's no take into it.
Hey Jake.
Hey, how you doing?
Morning,
Pretty good.
Jake.
Morning, Jake.
Morning, Jake.
Good morning.
Morning, Jake.
Hey Brian, how you
Good
doing?
morning.
Morning, Brian.
Google hates me.
Morning, John Boy.
Oh, Amy, yes, they are sticker labels.
Did y'all see me trying to get in and out of the room or something?
Yeah, I saw you keep popping on and off. I was wondering about that.
I think Google didn't like me hanging out with the dead people last night.
Yeah. Did you
Yeah, it's just too small. It's not very economical for the packing slip. So if you're a packing slip shipper, you just have to probably just still use your ink printer. You know, because it just comes out too small, and
Oh, wow.
it cuts off the final price at the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
So gives your subtotal, but it doesn't include the shipping on your little pack slip. So, I mean, I can read it, but you know, you'd probably get a ding for it being too small.
Yeah, somebody would complain about it even though they're not paying anything for it and they don't usually get them.
Right.
So what, you got some sourcing done yesterday, right, Brian? Did you manage to get out?
A little bit of stuff. That's about it.
Yeah.
You obviously found a really great clown mask.
Yeah, morning, Matt. Are you up?
Poor Matt.
Oh, I'm sure he's still in a closet somewhere shaking.
Where's Picker Army at, speaking of other clowns?
I don't know. Where is
He's working.
Yeah, he's probably
I
working.
don't know where Amy is.
Ah.
Yeah. Yesterday was pretty. Not much. I just wasted yesterday, basically.
Actually, I had a lot of couplets
Talking about the
yesterday.
packing slip stuff, I don't remember who it was, but I think we might have had him on, or maybe he was on another show where he creates the little cards and stuff, the little graphic and the feedback rating and all that.
Right.
I actually think that's a pretty good idea. I'm not normally appreciative of a little note put in there, but I think if somebody goes through the trouble of putting a card in there like that, I'd probably actually make an effort to leave feedback.
Yeah, as long as it looks like you put effort into it. I mean, I've seen people do like little handwritten notes and stuff, and like, or just like a little plain piece of paper that's like, hey, leave me feedback. You know, just that kind of thing. But if you got like the little graphic and it
Yeah,
looks
something
professional,
professional looking, you know.
right? It
And
looks
see,
like you actually went
I'm
to the
not a
trouble.
hypocrite. I'm horrible about leaving feedback, but I don't harass people about leaving it for me. So that way I don't feel like I'm a hypocrite. But yeah, I'm definitely not a feedback fanatic.
Yeah, what I do when I'm doing my feedback, I just go to eBay, my eBay tab, and then it'll let's see.
Right. Now on my seller account, it's automatic. You pay
Yeah,
me,
if you,
I'm going to leave you feedback because I really don't care. Even
yeah,
if you're, you know, an asshat.
yeah. Like I don't have big like my store. I have to upgrade it to the second level to be able to have the automatic feedback. But that's the first thing I do because right now though I just go to the selling manager, go to paid and shipped, undersold, and then I just highlight everything and go to other action, leave feedback, and I just leave all the feedback all at the same time.
Now, Sandy Rick in the comments was saying at Office Depot they have those for $79.99 free shipping. I'm assuming that's the label maker, the 700 that he's referring to.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I know you can get them pretty good. I was happy at 52 shipped. I mean, and the thing shows up. It didn't have a scratch on it. It came with both of the little cartridges that you need. So I mean, I was pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into getting a label printer because I know how convenient they are. I just keep putting it off because it's just one of those things, you know. I fell into the my routine. I'm so used to doing it my way that I haven't, and it's easy enough that I haven't really thought about it. But printing 10 labels a day and having to cut them out and tape them on and everything, it probably cut out like save me 10 or 15 minutes. But especially with the Amazon, man. I mean, that's probably the worst part about getting everything on Amazon is just getting everything labeled and boxed up and ready to go.
I did mine yesterday, and it only took me about 30 minutes. I had 60 items I had to label, and it went rather quick. I despised it because it feels like you're not being productive, but it does go quickly. Once you get into it, it goes fast.
Oh yeah, I know it goes
Now, do
fast.
you have a
But
label printer, or are you doing the inkjet stuff?
Now I'm doing the inkjet, 30 up labels.
Okay.
yeah, well that's the thing. If you're using you completely skip that step of the process altogether when you're using one of those label printers because it'll print the labels out as you go, and you just keep you put the item in, it prints out the label, you slap it on there, put it in your box, and you don't have to deal with it. At this point, like where I'm at now, when I'm doing even though I'm doing like 60 items at a time, it's like you got to put in all the items, then you go to print out all the labels, and if you miss one or you just don't like the way that the package or the shipping manifest comes up and you want to add stuff or take stuff away so that you don't have to ship to 15 warehouses, then you got to go back and mess around with the settings, maybe print out some more. It's just a pain,
Well, that's what I did. I had mine were split up. I think I had 59 items going to one warehouse and one thing going to another warehouse.
Yeah.
I just went back to the quantity and removed that one item. Then okay, refresh it. There you go. Here's your manifest. Get it out.
Yeah. Yeah. The last
Morning,
time.
Dana. She finally found us. Early riser from Cali.
Oh, nice.
I think she was on the. She was chatting last night.
Oh, okay. Right on. Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, good morning, Dana. Yeah, I'm from California too.
Yeah, I'm from
Hey,
Colorado.
you guys
Pretty
are the
close
real
to you.
crazy ones. This is normal time for me.
Yeah, this is pretty early for me, but I'm up 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
Yeah, Paul messages me at 4 in the morning. Yep. No.
Why aren't you up?
That's why usually, half the time I'm on the road when this is going on or something because I'm already out, doing my rounds or whatnot.
Right. Yeah. I usually just get up and, it takes me a little bit to get everything set up for the show, but try and get at least a few listings in before I get started on this thing. And then usually take off and get everything done. Like, the show ends right about the time I should be starting my day anyway, so it's working out perfect for me as far as the time frame goes. But what about today? Anybody have any big plans? Any sales going on? I know it's Thursday. Some people get
I have
started
some really
early.
big plans, but it has nothing to do with selling. I'm going to be going to my niece's house, and she's doing a canning of pomegranate jelly. We've got about
Nice.
15 people in town. They're going to bring all kinds of things. They got some burners going on, some gigantic pots. They're going to can some soup, jellies, peaches, I think. Someone said they had some peaches they're going to can. So I'm going to do a...
Well, you just
I'm
print
thinking about
my
making a
name
video
out
of
on
it.
a label and stick it on one of those jars for me.
It's going to be her first time trying, so it might be pomegranate juice instead of jelly.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's still edible.
Right. Yeah, I've done a lot of canning, and it's pretty easy. There's like very little learning curve.
And in fact, it was one of my hauls. I got a canning book that I found, and I thought, oh, perfect. I'm going to give that. I gave that to her.
Right.
Really
I love canning. I just did some chow chow a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I usually do like a lot of chili and stuff like that. I didn't do a garden this year, but usually I do one. And once the garden comes out or gets done right about now, I'd be usually spending a couple days just canning everything up. But like I said, I haven't really.
Sandy Rick has a 15-mile yard sale in her area on Saturday. That
Oh,
sounds like a good day.
right? Those are my favorite.
Yeah, and then Dana says she's been rocking eBay. She made 2 sales already and has an auction closing in an hour.
Nice. Yeah, this weekend. I've got a bunch of stuff that is going to be ending. I actually did some auctions because we had those free auctions last week for like 5 or 6 days or whatever. So I was just putting up a few 10-day auctions, and hopefully stuff moves. But I don't have any luck with auctions really. The only time I have luck with auctions is when it's something that I can get on like a message board that pertains to the item, and if they have a sales forum, and I can go to, and they let me post in it, like they let eBayers post in the sales forums, then my auctions do pretty well. But
You're just starting too high, man. That's all. Start them at 99 cents. They'll sell every time.
oh no, I do. They just don't always sell. It's like they're getting missed over or something. But
A lot of times, what I do
Check
when I
the
have
keywords.
a unique item, and I'll list it. I've joined a lot of different Facebook groups that are very, very niche oriented. Like I got this one Kiss album, and I found a couple of Kiss groups, and just listed my item on eBay, and then took that link after I joined that group and asked them, hey, can I mind if I post this? They said, sure, go ahead. So I posted it, and it increased the views and sold pretty much within a couple hours after doing that. So
That's awesome.
if you have an item that you don't know what, it's a unique item, look for Facebook groups that have that niche.
yeah, I'm gonna need to start doing that for sure. That sounds like a pretty good idea. I've done it a little bit. Like I had a video game a couple months ago that was really, really rare, and it didn't sell for like 30 days. Wasn't getting that much attention. I threw it up on one of those Facebook groups, and it sold within an hour. So,
All right, I'll give away one of my replens because it's probably going to run out in my area. I've been buying these Oric OptiMax medium room air purifier filter kit. They've been on clearance around here at Walmart's between 20 and 30 bucks. I've been sending them in for 60. I can't keep them in stock.
really?
I just sent 3 in with that last shipment, which went live 2 days ago, and they've all sold.
Wow. I'm gonna have to check some Walmart.
And I know Walmart's only got 2 of them left in my area, so I'll give it away because I'll send those 2 in and they'll sell.
Does
So
that
when
include my area?
Here, you want the EAN?
Yeah.
Now, what'd you say it's a air
a-
purifier kit?
yeah.
Is it like a purifier or just a
It's
filter?
a filter for a purifier.
Oh, okay, just for a really popular purifier or
And
whatever.
they're about 12 by 16, so they fit in a, like a book box shipping.
Yeah, like a Home Depot box.
Yeah. Yeah, they fit in there perfectly. And apparently they don't get messed up because, I've shipped them in without a problem, haven't had any complaints.
Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna
And
have to
I'm not making a ton on them, but hey, something,
Right. Well, if you're tripling your money or even doubling your money, I think, everybody talks about with Amazon, you need to triple your money when you're selling stuff. But I think if you're selling something that you're only doubling your money, but you're doubling like $20 or $30, then it's okay to.
Right. Well, this isn't even, profit-wise, it's not doubling, but they don't sit there. And you know what I mean?
Exactly. If you
As
find
soon as
something
they
that
hit,
moves,
they're gone. So I'm making about $18 a piece.
yeah,
Which, hey, I'll take it.
exactly. That's
Because those filters paid for my FBA membership this month.
right. Yeah, the clearance racks have been pretty good to me. I need to do more of it, but
Well, that's the only thing I get from Walmart that's actually worth a crap. Walmart seems to be too high priced.
yeah, I've got to scan it. If I scan the entire clearance aisle, I'll usually find like 1 or 2 items.
Yeah. The only thing I've been, I'll give away another one that I always go there and look for is VTech Games.
Really?
They put them on clearance for $11 to start, and then usually by the second or third week they'll drop them to $5, and you can sell them on FBA for about 10 to 15. So once they drop them to $5, usually then you can make some profit on them.
Yeah, I find those all the time at Goodwill. The Goodwills around here have they get all the closeout stuff from Walmart and Target.
Yeah.
So I find them brand new all the time for.
You got to scan them because Dora is worth more than SpongeBob, kind of thing.
Exactly.
They're
Yeah.
not all equal in price. Some are only worth $5, others are worth 15. So you got to scan them. But that's the only other thing I bought from there that has sold. I bought like a dozen of them, and they sold in a week.
Oh, right on, right on. Yeah. Dana wants to come on. Yeah. If you get with me after the show, just hop in the hangout. There's gonna be a. We'll post a link in the Facebook groups. Get to know you a little bit, and then see when we can get you on. But that goes the same for everybody. If you want to get on the show, I mean, you got to remember we've been doing this hangout together for some of us have been on it for months, and we've gotten to know each other. We've kind of know each other's niches and all that stuff, and know how each other are, and so we're not real picky, but do want to kind of know who you are before we let you on the live show. So you do definitely need to come into the Google Hangouts when you see that link when we're off air, and just get to know us. And I mean, if anybody,
we need to make sure you're going to come on air fully clothed.
Yeah, definitely. Pants are not optional.
Unless you're Jeff Davidson.
Man, now I gotta leave.
But yeah.
Don't turn the camera on, Brian.
This camera's portable.
Nice. I kind of got really scared there for a second because I thought you were pointing it down.
So yeah, even if anytime you see one of those hangout links, I mean, if I'm not in the hangout, which a lot of times during the day I got to take off, maybe if any of these guys that you see every day on the panel tell me that you're cool, then I'll definitely send you a link. But what do you got there, Brian? Oh. That's about how I feel today.
Well, it's just good to see you awake, Paul.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was passed out in my chair again last night.
You just need to get a better chair.
Yeah, I should just start using a futon, huh?
Yeah.
I say you need some kind of mat.
Well, I got a futon underneath that pile of boxes right there, but
That's a lot of stuff to move.
Oh, that's a futon? I thought that was just another junk shelf.
I don't have any
junk, it's money.
That's right. It's not
Right.
junk. It's money waiting to be made.
It's money when it's piled in my garage. It's junk when it's in everybody else's.
Gotcha.
I gotcha.
See how it is.
That's the how it works.
Yeah.
See, now you guys have me looking at printers again.
Hey! I thought I would share my new information, that's all.
Stop it.
Yeah. I gotta get the Staples today anyway. I'm probably gonna stop by there when my kids at.
Hey, I figure for $52, it will save, the first month it will save me that much in ink. I go through almost $100 in ink every month.
Oh,
So
yeah.
here's something for 2 lucky viewers. There's an eBay auction for the Brother QL700. $65 free shipping. And here's the item number.
Are you selling other printers? Daniel?
Apparently I've become a Brother salesperson and did not know.
You really
No,
need to.
It popped up. I was looking at thermal printers, and that one was in there, and it's actually brand new in the box.
All right, I'm gonna message the seller and tell them that they owe us a commission.
Right? Somebody get with Brother and tell him that they owe us some money.
You need to get those eBay affiliate links.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, need to work on that. I should have the website up pretty soon. I've been talking to somebody, so hope one of the listeners might be able to work out a deal and have the website up. And man, I don't know how long it
Did
would
you
even
talk to
take
who I
him.
told you to?
Mid-top?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice. He's a nice guy.
yeah.
Oh, look at that. There is 2 available.
Right?
And that's new in the box. Looks
Yep.
like they probably picked them up on clearance.
Looks they had 3. They've got 2 left.
Check and see how much they're selling for in FBA.
Right.
And you mentioned one thing, Paul, about printers at your thrift store. A lot of times you can buy a printer with ink cartridge in it for $10 at a thrift store, and just use that for until the ink is used up, and then you can just sell the printer, for $5, $10, whatever, and get another printer at the thrift store, cheaper than you can for an ink cartridge.
You can get the QL700 on Prime for $65.
Okay, so don't have to worry about buying it to resell on Prime.
You're talking about Prime, so yeah, I got an affiliate link for that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna be looking into that.
I actually do have affiliate links for Amazon.
I did until they shut down my account because I'm in Colorado.
Oh, that's right.
All Colorado, like 4 or 5 years ago, Colorado was one of the first states that was messing with Amazon, trying to get them to collect sales tax to any sale or any state that they sell to or something. I don't remember what it was all about, but all I know is every Colorado affiliate had their affiliate account shut down, so that
What?
we could, yeah, no more affiliate links. It sucked because I was getting a $25 gift card every month on minimum for my blog.
You know what? Actually, I think my mom, I don't think North Carolina can either. Because I
Yeah.
think I tried to set my mom up with it.
One thing you can't do is make a LLC in a different state that does allow it.
Oh, I know you can, but that you're talking about $25 a month in gift cards. It's not worth it to do that.
But now you're
Not for
YouTube
that.
famous,
Oh yeah, now I'm getting famous, so I might have to do that.
right?
Usually the affiliate marketing links, it grows. It won't go down. And
Yeah.
My
it does
homeschool
grow
site-
exponentially.
I set up a store, because we use a lot of the more popular programs for homeschooling. So I've got one of the carousels, just in the sidebar of my homeschool site. And I was surprised at how well those do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean,
School stuff is.
pleasantly surprised, that. But, I'm one of those people that I'm not going to put something up there because it's got a high margin or, because I get a high payout from it or whatever. If I think it sucks, then I tell you it sucks and I don't recommend it. There's so many people you can't trust their links.
Exactly. Yeah. With affiliate marketing and links, I'm being extremely picky what I associate my name with.
Oh, yeah. What's your name, man? Once it's ruined, you can't get it back.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, be careful. But
People try to tear it down, but they can't.
yeah.
James.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I finally started moving, or now that some of my video games have gone over to FBA, they finally started moving. I kind of expected it, but I'm still shocked at how much more they go for on Amazon over FBA. I mean, I had this game listed for $45 on eBay for like 2 months. I sent it into FBA and it sold for $65 in less than a week. And I've got some other games like Metroid Prime is one that I regularly sell that for like $10 to $12 on eBay with free shipping. I sent it to FBA and it sold for $20 within a week.
Telling people, hurry up and do the FBA thing.
Yeah, if you haven't done it yet, then you definitely need to get into it, and it'll help get a lot of the stuff out of your house too. I mean, there are a couple games like this guy here. Well, you can't see it because my freaking camera is up, but Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas. This game goes for about $5 on FBA. but I'll get 10 or 15 bucks for it on eBay for some reason. I don't know why it sells for more on eBay, but there are a
there's
couple of them
very
like
few
that.
things like that.
Yeah, well, this is actually a super duper, really, really, really common game. Like I find this all the time.
Right.
A
And
lot of it is traffic. The amount of traffic that Amazon gets is usually about 6 to 10 times more than eBay.
yeah,
Right.
but I mean, with some of those really common games that there are 50 million copies available, there are going to be 200 of them on Amazon, and
Right.
everybody's going to be fighting. Even if it's a 1,000 ranked game, people are going to just race. The more items, or the more instance of that item that's available on Amazon, the more likely that race to the bottom is going to come up and drive the price way down.
And see, a lot of people don't understand with FBA, you don't have to be the very bottom price to get sold. You put your price where you want it, and you just forget about it. If it's a single item you have in FBA, you're not going to be charged storage fees.
Yeah,
Only on duplicate items. So you
yeah,
can have
you're
it
only
there and leave it there.
you've got to do that. You've got to be careful with that. Just make sure that it's only with your one-ofs. I mean, if you send 30, if you want to buy like 30 boxes or 30 bottles of hot sauce to send to FBA, you better have the lowest price. You better be able to match that price, or you might lose on it because you never know. But first of all, I mean, if somebody's finding that item in your store, the store that you're in, and it's like a big box store, or if you find it, somebody else will find it too at another big box store most likely, and the price might be the same, and so you're competing with everybody. And I see it all the time. Like I'll go in and see something on clearance, and like Eric was saying with those filters, now that everybody knows about them because he put that bolo out on a live show, all of a sudden there's going to be there. Who knows? I mean, if they're
Well,
at Walmart's in their area,
there's only 27 people watching, so hopefully it won't crash and burn.
You're crushing my illusions of grandeur here, man.
27 people, Eric.
I said
Your price
27.
on your items just dropped 17 cents because everybody else is throwing them in there now.
Do it. Crushing the price of these
By the
things.
time y'all get out to the store and get them shipped in, all mine will be gone. So hey,
But yeah, I mean that's just something that I try to think about. Like, how many other WalMarts have this on clearance? Or when I'm at Target, this is a seasonal item. All the Targets are going to have their seasonal stuff on clearance, right? So, I mean, you just gotta think about that a little bit. I'm not good enough at Amazon yet to really be able to foresee how that's going to work, but
It's the mentality of the way to sell on eBay is completely different from how you sell on Amazon. eBay, a lot of it is panic, fast-paced driven. Whereas Amazon, you send it in, and it's pretty much you forget it. You set it at the price that you want, and you just leave it there. Leave it at that price.
I think it's
Eventually it will sell, unless you have it, astronomically high. But if you price your item in the median of all the other ones listed, it will sell.
That's the thing. I think for me, I'm the exact opposite. Like FBA, if it's a one of, yeah, forget about it. But if you're doing retail arbitrage, you can't think like that.
That is correct. Retail arbitrage is a different animal.
But it's still FBA. So I mean, if you're doing retail arbitrage, you've got to sell stuff, or you got to put it up there to sell it, and in the price range to be able to sell it. And the other thing you have to worry about on Amazon is, I mean, is this a seasonal item? Am I buying? Is this a Halloween item? I mean, if I'm sending stuff into FBA and it's a Halloween item, I'm putting it in August. They better all be sold by the end of October, or else you're just going to be stuck with them, and you're going to have to sell that storage fee. Now, if it's like a Halloween book and it's the only one you've got, then who cares? Just send it in, price it whatever you want it to price at, and forget about it. But with eBay, I mean, eBay for me is definitely just set it and forget it. I mean, I try to keep track of my inventory by doing manual relisting. I do all my relistings manually. I just use the bulk relister, and I'll do 50 to 100 items at a time, and I'll just wait for the free listings deals to come up. If it's a really popular item that I think will sell, if I just adjust the price a little bit, then I'll just pay to relist that as soon as it comes down. But I mean, for the most part, eBay, it's like that I'm paying $1 for stuff that I'm trying to get $20 for, you know?
If it's a purely seasonal item, then especially if you already made your sales, made your money basically off of it, that season ends, recall it for 50 cents.
Exactly.
I'd just pay the storage if it's not huge.
Well, that's the thing. You can't pay the storage on. If you've got 20 of one item in and 10 of them sell, then it's really unlikely that they'll sell out because it's seasonal. Before the next year, you need to recall them, just sit on them, and then send them back in the next year.
Yeah, you have to look at the storage fee, because I know the fees are not that high. A book can run you 1 to 2 cents per month.
Yeah,
Why
but
would you not leave
if
it
it's
there,
a
Paul?
duplicate item.
if you've got multiples of the same item in FBA, it's like $20 per square foot once a year or something like that. Picker Army was talking about it. I mean, it's a very, very high fee that they hit you with, and it'll just kill all your profit.
Right. That's why I say if it's something small, that the square footage is minimal. But I guess a holiday item wouldn't be something tiny, though, would it?
Like you might send in the blow-up decorations. That's got the air blower and you put it out in the yard. You might send some of those in. I don't think you want to get hit with the long-term storage on that.
Yeah, well, I was thinking, like small things, but
yeah, like vampire teeth or something.
Holiday items aren't going to be tiny.
Yeah, I just bought when I was at Target yesterday looking for my costume, I found a 30-pack of eye patches for $3, and it was the only one that I could find. So I was like taking it home thinking, man, I should put these up on FBA and just sell them like one at a time. But
did you scan them just in case before you opened it?
No.
You could be a pirate year-round. It doesn't have to be Halloween.
Yeah. I'll just put them up on eBay, try and get like $2 or $3 a piece for them. Yeah, but tomorrow is Halloween. Anybody have?
I discovered something new with my printer. I'm gonna have to get a reusable cartridge to use those other labels. But if you get on eBay, I'm just gonna make my first purchase. It's 4 rolls of the DK-2205 brother compatible labels. And it's 400-foot rolls for $20, free shipping, and it comes with that reusable cartridge. After that, it's only $4 a roll if you buy them in bulks of 6.
Oh, wow.
So just wanted to put that out there for this. You could pull I just did it. You could pull the thing apart to reuse the ones that come with it. It's just they don't click back together as well as the reusable ones that's designed for that,
Duct tape.
So hey, yeah, But yeah, so you buy, you spend an extra $4 your first purchase, and you get that reusable cartridge, and then it's only $4 a roll after that. So
right.
That's
I was
really
going to tell you guys,
for
with the laser printers, the cheapest place I found my toner was a place called Supplies Guys. I know you guys were talking about how much you're spending on your laser toner. Don't buy the same price, of course, but the brand name or whatever. But Supplies Guys is ridiculously cheap.
Yeah, I've always bought. I have an HP PhotoSmart 5525, and it uses the crap, I can't remember. It's like the 833s or 533 or something. HP cartridges. I buy them from Sam's Club. It's like 3 or 4 of them for like $80.
Nice.
Yeah, I get them. I think it's $20 for my black and 24 for the colored toners. And they're not OEM, but they work. To be honest, they worked better than my OEM.
Yeah.
Hey, what's happening, Caesar? How's it going, man?
What's up, guys? Good morning.
Morning,
Morning.
Caesar.
I just fell off the bed and I remember you had a show, so I just came straight through.
Oh.
Yeah. I woke up this morning, my face smells like condom with that damn mask.
Forget the mask, the dog.
Oh, you had a good night, huh?
Dude, And then,
I think you ought to just do the shows in the morning, Caesar, with that doll sitting in front of the camera.
There you go.
yeah, that was pretty fun.
Would be even cooler is if you could get some animatronics hooked up to it so it talked as you talked.
Okay.
No.
Hey, I hope that this doesn't sound weird, but I actually had a dream about Sarah and Dave, man.
You just think it was a dream.
How that happened?
That was a pretty bad nightmare then.
What's going on, Mr. Captain Jack Sparrow?
Right.
Not much, man. It was had a good time last night. Actually, did you notice this morning? I don't know. They probably shut it down by now, but I got up this morning and the hangout was still going.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah, I hopped on and it's like Sarah was still sitting there, still talking. I was like, oh my goodness, what's going on?
Was she really?
What's that?
Don't do that.
Yeah,
Yes.
this morning, before I got my coffee, I told my wife, I said, "Oh, geez, Paul's hangout. I gotta go on." And then she tells me, "There's a hangout right now." I said, "Dude, why even join the army? They're on right now. These guys
Right.
are Iron Man hangouts, dude."
Yeah. I gotta stop getting into those night hangouts, man, because I'm on these things too much lately. Not
They
getting
can
anything
suck up
done.
a lot of time.
Yeah, they do.
You tapped out again last night. That was funny.
I did. I tapped out again last night. Last night was good though. The first one that wasn't so bad, you know. I was just kind of like, This time I'm like, completely
dude,
out.
You guys didn't catch what I said when Elena said, "I like your sword. It's pretty big." And then I whispered, I said, "That's what she said." Nobody caught that, dude. So I just said, "Okay, never mind."
Yeah, that's my cool pirate sword.
I tell you what, Caesar, those masks like me and you were wearing, those things are freaking hot.
Dude, I couldn't breathe, man.
I was sweating all in it. I'm like, can't get enough.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you, I lost maybe 8 ounces of fat from the face.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting a mask, but then I was like, no, that's gonna suck to sit there and wear that mask the entire show.
I'll have to do makeup next year or something.
Yeah.
You know, I think next year we gotta step it up a notch because the Gillies, man, they just went all out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you try to do that. Go ahead and do it next year. They're going to step it up again.
Exactly.
That's very, very true.
Dude, those eyes were awesome.
Better and better.
Yeah.
I was still waiting for the sales pitch.
Either buy from us or you're dead.
Yeah. Here's what you search for on Amazon to find these contact lenses, guys.
Oh, and they went to the grocery store like that last night.
Oh
I
wow.
wanted him to go dumpster diving.
I'm sure they would have gotten arrested if they were
That would
saw.
have been awesome.
Oh, I would have been more worried about getting shot in that up in Idaho, man. Those,
Have you seen the guy that chased people? Like, he went to just terrible neighborhoods and he chased
Oh,
people
yeah,
like he was
yeah.
a zombie.
You know, he went to I guess they were playing a basketball game, and he tried to scare them, and it backfired, and I think they jumped him, but they cut
They
it.
pulled a gun on him.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they pulled a gun on him.
Oh, jeez.
But he said they ended up, he was like, dude, it's a joke, pointed to the guy with the camera and everything, and he said they were cool about it.
I want to live.
Right. You're just kidding.
How funny is it now, funny man?
Right.
We gotta be on the lookout for their video. I guess when we're on the hangout, they went to go buy beer. So then we asked them to film it all to see everybody's reaction when they hit the store, and they said they were gonna film it and put it on YouTube. So I'm curious to know how that went.
yeah, we're gonna have to look out for that one.
They said it was lame. There was hardly there's nobody in the store, and bad boy or whatever wouldn't even
They
look.
should have drove into a ghetto or something and did it.
I told them they should have went out hitchhiking.
Have you ever watched the YouTube guy that does all the pranks at the fast food places in the ghetto?
The one I saw one in the drive-thru where that's like a ghost driving the car or something like that.
Yeah. Those people freak out.
And then the girl at the drive-thru was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, I saw one where he was like headless or something like that.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Well, the guy that did
What's
the
up, man?
zombie thing, he said that he went to nice neighborhoods and they just didn't pay him any attention, and that's how he ended up in the ghetto chasing people because he said that he went to like some upscale neighborhoods. He thought that would be better,
Right.
and he's like, they didn't even pay me any attention.
I'll tell you what. You walk into my 7-Eleven, I'm gonna do a double tap. Dude.
One guy got run over by a car. That's crazy.
I watched The Walking Dead, so.
Oh, whatever. I gotta tell you, I haven't even watched it.
This season's pretty good.
I saw the first one, but I haven't
Yeah,
seen the second one.
Yeah, I just got through season 4, and right before.
Yeah.
What's going
I
on?
just
What's
got
going
through season
on?
4. That was pretty good.
Oh damn. Yeah, the first one, I made the biggest mistake, and I was eating dinner, dude. When I'm watching at the same time.
No.
Yeah, so you know
Yeah. I'm gonna.
I tell you what, it was weird last night. I got off about 3:30 in the morning with the hangout, and you sit there and you start talking about college and stuff, and you're staring at a freaking screen of 2 zombies. It's just, it was weird last night, but it was funny.
Yeah, well, while we're going in at the hangout, I was keeping score, dude. Did you guys see that?
What was going on?
While we were doing the hangout last night, I was secretly keeping score. Did you guys notice that?
No, I didn't see that.
What I was typing in right here, I was saying 105 versus 74. You guys don't get it, dude? I don't want to say it live.
No, but you can tell us later.
Yeah, we'll talk offline.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, get some more coffee.
Yeah, I should have made a bigger pot this morning. Oh man.
I think you need a shot of adrenaline, dude.
That would help. That would help for sure.
Just straight to the knee.
Hey, man, you just need happy pills like I got.
Happy pills.
Happy
Yeah.
pills, man. That's all you need.
Yeah, you got to send me some of those. I'll try them out.
Some nice sales. That would
Yeah,
help.
the only problem with that is I like my freedom.
Right.
Hey Paul, I got an idea how to keep you awake.
Oh, let's hear
You gotta sneeze with your eyes open, dude.
it. Nope, that doesn't work.
He's like, I tried it.
Yeah, so if you guys are watching, it's nowhere near as dark in this room as it looks. My camera's just being weird. So,
Who's making money?
oh, I'm making money. I hope, unless it's a pissed off customer, one of the two.
I think you already sold your pirate costume.
I kept, nobody answered me last night. I asked it like 3 times who was going to sell their costume on eBay today.
Oh, I'm gonna be selling my costume for sure.
I mean, for a picker hangout, I thought people would have responded, yeah, especially like the Gills or something. I bet you they could sell theirs for good money.
Oh well, theirs was more like original. I don't know if they'd be able to sell theirs, but I mean,
I bet you if they'd taken pictures last night and offered overnight shipping, they could have sold them.
oh, maybe you're right.
Hey,
Yeah,
dude,
I had,
I want to resell freaking contacts.
actually, the jacket that I was wearing is like this made in Hollywood, like some kind of studio costume or something, like a cosplay thing or whatever, like really high quality. I looked it up and they're going for like $80 minimum, and they retail for, I think it was like $180 or $200, something like that. So I'm definitely reselling my costume. I got it at the weigh and pay.
nice. If I was the Gillies dude and I was a YouTube celebrity, you know what I would do? I would take those costumes, sign it, and put them up on eBay with a photo. That's what I would do.
Yeah. Maybe that's what I should do. But
It's
The
like,
only problem, though, is Dave would probably get offended because the only one that would sell would be Sarah's.
and then if I was Paul, also he's also a YouTube celebrity. So what I would do, I would take Paul's bandana, the Paul bandana's trademark, sign it, and put it on eBay.
it's not worn out enough yet. It's
Working them yet. Yeah.
starting to get a couple little holes here and there. You can barely see it, but
Yeah,
It's
just
nice
offer it
and
unwashed.
Yeah, there you
People
go.
like it that way.
Yeah.
Gotta age it for 3 days in a gym.
Hey, Paul, did you see my message? I guess you took us on a tour when you went thrifting, and then there was a Dyson vacuum. Did you see my message?
Probably. I should have bought it.
Yeah, I was like, dude, buy the vacuum, sell it in parts. What's wrong with you?
You ever see the price of a brand new Dyson? You'll see why you need to pick that thing up.
I've said it in the video. Yes, I need to buy this, but I just can't do it right now because I don't have the space. I mean, sometimes, making $100 is cool, but sometimes it's not worth the $100. Just all the stuff that you got to go through. And I mean, I know it's not that much work, but I really don't have enough space to be buying big stuff like that right now. So I'm trying to avoid it as much as possible.
Wait. I see a little clear area right behind you. It's about 1 square foot. Okay.
Yeah, when you have your items, when we can see your items that is below your head level, you still have room.
You said you're going to take up the Bill Stoner Jr. spot. Raise it.
I'm not a junior. Well, actually, I am a junior, but I'm not Bill Stoner.
Junior! That's your new name.
No.
No, you got about, what, 6 feet more to go before you hit the ceiling?
Well, I still like to have a little light coming in the windows to remind myself that there's daylight out there,
I got it.
I guess his ceiling does look about 2 feet taller than he is.
So what we're trying to say here is we should change the show title to eBay Hoarders, or?
Well,
hey, you're only a hoarder if you don't sell it.
Yeah, exactly. If you're holding on to it.
I'm more of an eBay connoisseur.
Nice.
Yeah.
You just got to remind yourself, Paul, you got over $10,000 behind you, dude.
It's all listed.
Make an offer, damn it.
What's that?
Make an offer, damn it.
Exactly.
Hey, I swear, I'm not a hoarder. Most people have entire boxes full of cut magazine ads like this,
Yeah. The only stuff that's not listed right now is stuff that's going to Amazon, and I got to get that shipment out by the end of the weekend. I've got another box going, so.
I swear I'm not a crook.
Everybody wonders about paper. These ads sell anywhere from, I don't know, $3 plus.
Nice.
Yeah, and when you've got
boxes, but the funny thing is, these actually came from a hoarder.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when you've got 2,000 magazine or newspaper ads listed on eBay for $3 to $5 a piece, then you're probably selling what, 10 a day?
Yes, not 10 a day. I wish. They're slower movers than you think, but the thing is, when I bought a lot of this paper, especially these ads, I was buying it for $200 a truckload.
Yeah.
You can imagine how much I could put in the back of my '99 F-250.
Yeah.
For $200. It's just all pure profit,
Right.
So, and literally, I mean, I'm this is the Xerox paper boxes.
Yep.
Yeah. I've got like a dozen of them full of already cut ads. If you can imagine how many ads would stack up in a box.
Now, when you're doing those ads, do you scan them or do you take pictures? How do you list those?
Pictures. A lot of them are too big to scan because they came out of the old 40s Life magazines and stuff, so they don't fit on a normal scanner. So It's easier just to take a picture. I've got a good camera, little tripod, macro setting, takes beautiful pictures.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what magazines sell? You know what magazines sell for a lot of money? The international ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the whole magazines. Yeah.
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 And actually, Playboys. I do pretty good with Playboys, believe it or not. Even the new ones.
Especially the one with
I'm going out of that hoarder house. I probably bought 1,500 Playboys that never been read. He just put them away in boxes.
Especially if you can find the one of Marilyn Monroe, dude.
Yep, sold 6 of them.
Nice.
How much do those get?
I got about $250 a piece out of them.
Wow, that's insane.
All I did is I opened up a box and they were sitting on top. I just closed it up and put it in the truck.
Yep.
I didn't even look through it. Most of the stuff I bought from that place, I didn't look through. What it was, this is in El Paso. When you go in the house, inside, when you go in the guy's house, I mean, it was just pathways. He was a paper dealer and had stopped in like the 80s or something, and just basically became a hoarder. And it was a 4-bedroom house, 2-car garage, stacked floor to ceiling with paths.
Wow.
Nothing but paper. And I did about 7 trips out of that house. And it didn't even look like I put a dent in it.
With them? Did you do it by the truckload, or did you say,
Yeah,
hey,
pretty much.
$500 for a whole room?
You know, the thing about this business is you're going to meet weird people. And so I was doing this through this guy's son. And he talked about how, you know, oh, his dad's at work or his dad's here. I'd been there morning, noon, and night. I never met his father all 7 trips.
No.
So I'm not sure if he was in a closet upstairs or
in a cage down below.
Right. I had no idea.
He may have had a little fort built in one of those piles of paper.
Yeah. I mean, I never got a bad feeling when I was there, but just weird, you know? Yeah. And, you know, the son knew some about the paper, and he sold some on eBay, you know, but it was just so much that I was buying it by the truckload. I'd give him $200 and fill my truck up.
Yeah.
And a lot of, you know, some of the stuff, like I took a buddy of mine with me, and we bought all the sports cards. We spent a whole day pulling all the sports cards out of the house. But he had a friend of his that would purchase them in bulk, so we just drove a truckload over to that dude's house. I never even looked through the boxes, and we sold the truck for $2,500 and unloaded it in the guy's garage, you know.
I need to find somebody like that around here, because I've had about 20 or 30,000 sports cards listed on Craigslist on and off for about 6 months, and all I get every once in a while is, yeah, I'll give you $20 for them.
Yeah, see, I don't screw with the sports cards. I only did that because he knew somebody, and that's why, hey, he had the contact, I had the supply, we linked up on it, split the money, you know?
Yeah, the only reason that I did it is because my dad saved my sports cards from when I was a collector when I was about 10 years old, because he thought that they were going to be worth millions or something.
Right, and that's what the majority of these were 80s and 90s.
Yeah, I mean, these were...
The other upside is all his dealer stock from the 70s. So, like, he had carded all this stuff, plastic, everything. Every single one of those boxes I found, I took it with me because everything was already carded and priced from the 70s.
Wow.
You know, so that stuff, that was real good as well because I didn't have to do any of the and get more money for it.
Yeah, and that all went in the same lot?
Yeah, so the other thing I got is this guy had also, at some point, the El Paso Times or whatever, was clearing out their archives. They had newspapers dating back to the late 1700s.
Wow.
And so he had, the garage was basically floor-to-ceiling shelving of bound volumes from pretty much the entire 19th century. Wow. So I've got about a dozen bound volumes of Civil War era newspapers that I haven't gone through yet.
That's awesome. Yeah, so I got
that was all part of a truckload deal.
Now, how do you find these hoarder houses?
Actually, he responded to an ad on Craigslist I had when I was in El Paso, and he met me somewhere and sold me a bunch of early 1800 papers, and I did that a couple of times with him, you know, buying them by piece before I convinced him to let me come to the house.
Oh, okay.
So, and then once I was in the house, man, it was just open it up. You know, he'd call me every time he needed money.
That is awesome. Yeah, I gotta.
When I did my interview with Joe from Australia, Black Eye, he was saying that his mother is a hoarder. He had said that the police stations in Australia, that you can go to them and they have a list of hoarders, and that you can contact them and kind of work with them. And he said, yeah, he buys rooms in a hoarder's house. I'll pay you $500 for this room, and clear it out for you. But he said, yeah, that's how they find them over there. They have a list of hoarders.
Yeah, I've only ever dealt with. Usually, I've dealt with hoarder family. I've only ever dealt with one hoarder himself, and that also happened to be the nastiest house I'd ever been in. I actually went home and took a shower and like bleached my clothes.
Yeah,
I mean,
can imagine.
it was disgusting, but I made a lot of money.
That's
You
the
know,
important
so
thing.
it's a give and take. But I mean, like his bathtub and toilet was full of dishes.
I don't
And,
think I
Like
could
they've
get
been
over the
sitting
dishes
there for
factor.
months. So you really just wondered where he took a shower or took a crap, you know?
Oh
Yeah, that's bad.
No, I
would-
don't wonder that.
no.
What's that?
I don't wonder about that. I just won't think about it. You know.
Yeah.
No,
sometimes-
but it was just one of those things that catches you off guard. It's the only bathroom in the house, and you're just like, what in the... All right, let's move on. You know?
Right.
I would not be ripping into any bags.
Yeah. If you see something
No,
rolled up,
the
leave it rolled
crazy
up.
thing about him is he wasn't the house is dirty. He was a dirty person, but all the rooms were stacked with boxes, and I didn't find any trash in the boxes. The house itself was just dirty. You know what I mean?
He was just really neat and everything, and well organized as far as like how everything was stacked and in the boxes.
Yeah, he just squirreled everything away in boxes, but it was like floor to ceiling boxes, you know.
Wow.
But it was like he never cleaned anything, but he like threw his trash away, kind of stuff. You know,
Right.
well, I should say he threw his trash into the backyard. But so that's about the worst one I've been in. But I made a lot of good money, and I mean I've been in some estates. I mean I fell through the floor in one. That was pretty
Yeah.
gross.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, but again, I made good money, so you just got to kind of take it.
Yeah. Well, but sometimes the money, like I said, it's just not worth it for what you're doing. But I mean, if you're making enough, then it's always worth it. I
Well,
guess.
when I say I made good money, that means I made over a couple grand.
Yeah.
For a day's work, I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that'd be worth it.
You know, because sometimes you get into those hoarder houses, you got to remember, a hoarder will go to a sale or something, and they will buy everything that's cheap. Well, think about how many times you hear somebody going to a sale and buying something for $1 that's worth $500.
Right.
Well, that hoarder, chances are, if they've been doing it for 20 or 30 years, they've got a lot of $500 items that they paid $1 for.
Yep. And they don't know what to do with it anymore because it just piled
Well,
up.
a lot of times it's the family you're dealing with, because hoarders usually don't sell. Like that one hoarder I dealt with, it's because he was dead broke and the city is going to take his house. You
Wow.
know, and he decided he needs to sell some things. So, that normally hoarder won't sell anything. You end up dealing with the family.
Yeah. And the family basically makes them sell the stuff.
Right. Yeah, it's either the family making them or they passed away and the family's selling it and they just don't know what to do with it.
Right.
But you shouldn't let a hoarder house necessarily scare you off. Now, obviously, if there's something severe going on, like dead animals or something, I probably would walk on it.
Hey, man, some of those dead animals are worth money if you've ever looked up the auctions on eBay.
You know what I mean? Something that's going to really risk your health, like falling through the floor. I didn't know that was going to happen.
Right. Yeah.
But it did, and I still kept picking. I was already there, so. But yeah, you can make some real good money at hoarder houses though, because generally the stuff is cheap.
Yep.
Right. And like you said, I mean, these are pickers basically that aren't picking to sell. They're picking. Maybe they intend to sell and they just never get around to it. Probably
Right.
that more than anything.
Well,
But
there you could get a house like that paper guy. I mean, this paper is all in pristine condition, boxed up. There was no trash in the house, nothing smelled. It was a very clean house for what it was. It just had paths through it.
okay. Yeah.
So they're not all going to be dirty and piled with trash.
Yeah. One of these days, I'll probably start looking around for something like that. I need to get a storage unit or some kind of warehouse or something first, though. I should just get a storage unit now, but I'm afraid that whatever goes in there will just stay in there, and I'll never get around to doing anything
Well,
with it.
I'll tell you, just from experience, I've dealt with storages. I have the warehouse, and you've seen how disorganized and chaotic my warehouse is. If you get a storage, the first thing you need to put in there is shelves.
Yeah.
Put shelves in there, and that will set you up to keep it a lot more organized than if you just stack boxes in there and think I'll get the shelves later.
Yeah, that's the
I'll tell you
problem
from
with,
experience, later is a couple years down the road.
and by the time you get there, you've got to move everything out to make space, and then you've got to put
Right.
it back. And yeah, that's the problem with my basement right now. If I had just built shelves ahead of time, I'd be fine right now. But I mean, it's just stuff just gets piled up, And I mean, I don't really have that much stuff that I need to get rid of, but I mean,
No, but
I do
I mean,
have my
buying in
boxes of
bulk
stuff
is
that I
where
can't
it's at. It's like that paper. I bought the majority of that a few years ago, and yeah, I'm paying some storage on it, but my profits are huge.
exactly.
Because I've got no money in it now. So the only thing that's costing me is storage. Well, I've already got the storage anyways for other stuff. So when you think about it, it's well worth keeping that stuff around because it's your, I don't know if you'd call it a replen, but it's constant income.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
won't go away for several years.
It does have to be. You just have to make sure that you've got to list it, or else it won't sell. You've got to list the stuff. That's the most important part about the
Right.
when you're buying in bulk like that. Like, man, a month or so ago, I was at a garage sale and I bought a bunch of books, and they had this huge box of black belt magazines, and I mean, there had to be at least 100 of them in that box, and I know they would have probably let me have it for about $10, but I'm just thinking, man, I don't know. I didn't really know if that was going to be worth much. And I mean, right on top, I saw a Chuck Norris magazine, or Chuck Norris on the cover of one, Bruce Lee on the cover of another. And then I got home, I checked eBay, and because I wasn't trying to do eBay right in front of them. But when I checked it, they were going for like 10 or 15 bucks a piece, some of them. So I went back and tried to buy it, and they weren't. They were already gone. Somebody had bought them that morning. But
Yeah.
yeah, hopefully it's gonna stay nice this weekend. There might actually be some garage sales. I finally downloaded one of those garage sale apps. I'm gonna try it out and see. I got an auction that I might be going to today, though. King Soopers Warehouse is liquidating a bunch of their commercial appliances, like the stuff that they use in their pantry and their bakery and stuff, like ovens and speed racks and like mixers and stuff like that. And I mean, I'm hoping that that'll be really good because some of that stuff you buy it at auction, man, and it's nothing.
You should check your local scrap price before you go because some of that might be worth purchasing just to scrap it.
Yeah.
Hey, you're just outside of Denver, so you have a non-ferrous yard, a metal yard.
What does that mean?
Non-ferrous is like brass, copper, certain metals that they accept, and
yeah,
give you the price for scrap metal.
Yeah, all the recycling places around town take all of that.
Here, well, there's specific ones, but here we don't have a non-ferrous yard. I think the nearest one to me is like 70 miles away.
Well, no, all the local recyclers around my house, they don't recycle the stuff themselves. They're just middlemen. They sort it, they pack it, and then they take it to whoever buys it, and they make their money that way. I mean, I guess if I figured out where I could take the stuff directly, it would be better. I've actually thought about like how to make some kind of machine or something, like a manual machine to crunch the cans down, in like aluminum cans down into the little bales or something. Just, something that would make it so that it's more economical to haul the stuff around.
A friend of mine did that. He took an old trash compactor and converted it.
Really?
Yeah. I was just thinking because you were talking about all that industrial kitchen stuff. That's all stainless and cast iron. It's all pretty heavy, if stuff ended up going stupid cheap because maybe it's all used and abused, you could pick up a trailer from U-Haul and load up a trailer full of cheap appliances like that and turn a good buck.
Yeah.
In instant cash, not waiting on it. And even you could even probably pop a bunch of knobs off and throw them on eBay before you scrapped it.
Yep. Oh, I've been doing that. I buy a lot of stuff just for the hardware, and I'll just toss it up because maybe it's got a nice pull, or maybe it's from the 50s or 60s, and the handle's nice.
Well, you just got to think of how heavy an industrial oven would be, or a range.
Oh, I know exactly how heavy that stuff is. I grew up in the restaurant business, man. I mean, I had to move that stuff around, and I mean, I know exactly what's up. I mean, I was washing dishes and cleaning behind ovens and moving stuff around in those kitchens when I was 14 years old. Spending my summers doing that. But
And Eric, yeah, I have an item here that I need to probably send to you. You can probably use it more than I could. It's a ephemera. It's a leather-bound funeral book from 1950.
Okay, that's cool.
I picked this up at an estate sale. It was that, and also a deed for a burial plot. This was dated like 1910.
That's cool.
New Hampshire.
I've actually sold old homestead deeds and stuff from the 1800s for actually good money.
yeah, I could see stuff like that selling pretty well. For sure.
Well, you get into two things. You get into genealogy and historians.
1908 was this thing. There's a
That's
state
cool.
of New Hampshire, city of Keene. The actual deed for a burial plot.
Oh
That's
yeah,
pretty
that's
neat.
like Eric was saying. That's like some of the genealogy people would probably be really interested in something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, is there anything else in there, like post-mortem pictures or anything?
There are some newspaper clippings of the person's death, and also it has the receipt for the burial plot.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's definitely.
It would
Yeah.
cost them $15
That's cool.
$19 even for the burial
You
plot.
could, just looking at that receipt, I could tell it's early 1900s, just in that style with the red line across it and stuff.
Yeah. July 30, 1908.
Cool.
Stuff like that, man. I mean, would you?
Yeah, for me, something like that, I'd probably start it off about $20 to $25 on an auction.
Yeah. The
Big
receipt and the
keywords
deed
would
together.
be the last name. You would want to make sure you put the last name in the title, also the town and the state.
And then, yeah, it has the newspaper clipping of his death.
Yeah.
He was a city worker and just fell over one day while he was a street cleaner.
That is really cool, though, that you have
Hey.
all that.
It's wild. I had I didn't meet a lot of my mother's side of the family, but her would have been her grandfather was working in Rochester and actually fell 8 stories off of a steel structure and lived.
Oh,
And she's
yeah.
got some of the newspaper clippings from it.
So he didn't
Just
balance.
about crushed every bone in his body. And what it was is somebody had removed a beam and put a piece of wood over it, didn't tell other people, and he stepped on the wood and went down.
Oh man, what?
But yeah, that would have been, gosh, like the 20s.
So
You
you
know,
had
where they were basically building up Rochester, New York.
That's crazy.
yeah.
All right, there's light now. You can see me.
And there were some pictures
you are,
that came
Caesar.
with that deed as well. Like some of these pictures.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Are you guys talking about this
Oh,
dog?
that's cool.
Where'd she go?
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that
Oh.
sells, right?
But they
Those are cool.
adhered it to a
Yeah,
piece
those are
of
pretty
cardboard.
cool snapshots.
Yeah, especially that one with the lady. But some of these are dated like 1929.
Is that all from the book?
No, it was separate, so I can't confirm that it was together.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
but I would
those
assume
those
it
are
was
definitely
since it
pretty
was,
neat. People love those snapshots.
Yeah.
I never ever have luck with photographs when I'm outsourcing. I don't know why. No matter what, when I go to estate sales, I can't find them. When I go to garage sales, I can't find them. All the thrift stores around town just keep them or destroy them. I don't even know what they do with them.
I never find them in
gather
thrift
up
stores.
quick because they sell quickly. Anytime you see old photographs, just grab them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you got to be careful on the pricing though. You don't want to overpay at an
Sure,
estate
yeah.
sale or something.
Yeah. I mean, you're selling these things for what, $3 or $4 a piece, right?
Sometimes you can get a lot more than that. You can probably
Yeah.
get 50 to 100 depending on the content of the picture.
Yeah, I've got several listed over $100, and I've sold them all the way up to $600.
Holy cow.
Oh wow.
Well,
And if you get a nice photograph where you own that photograph, especially if you have the negative, you can make your own prints, especially if it's great content. You could do 11 by 14 numbered prints, sell those, then make a bunch of 8 by 10, sell those, and then sell the picture after it's exhausted.
I have a box of stuff like that. I have just not found a printer or researched it, but I do have a lot of original one-off photographs that are military and other stuff. That's what I plan to do at some point. Just gotta have time.
That's where the really big finds are the slides, because that's a negative and you own that.
Right.
Yeah. You own the right.
Yeah, I have a ton of negatives. I've got stuff from the Battle of Tarawa during World War II, original Marine photos and stuff that I'd bought out of estates where the Marine took the photos himself of like landing crafts on the beach.
Oh wow!
And you can make some good money on them. I gotta have time to deal with it, you know.
Yep.
I don't want to do something like that half-assed because then you're not going to make any money.
Yeah. Right. You can make mistakes and
But no, having copyrighted photos is a really good thing, and you'll see them on eBay a lot being resold. Even ones that, that somebody takes PX photos and makes reprints of them. And what I mean by a PX photo is like, the Battle of Iwo Jima. It was a very what do I want to call it? Established in Hollywood, I guess would be a good way to put it. So there's a lot of professional press photos that were released and taken at the Battle of Iwo Jima. Well, the photographers, the Army photographers, would take and go and print out like 50 of these little packets of those photos and then sell them at the local PX on Iwo Jima or wherever the local base was to the soldiers that didn't have any pictures from there. So you'll find these little packets, and they're just PX photos. They're not originals, so they don't bring as much money as an original would, but they're still period photographs.
Huh.
And people even make money making reprints of those packets because, none of that stuff was mass-produced in the thousands. It was all produced in the hundreds of quantities,
Wow. So they're pretty rare.
I wouldn't call it rare. They're hard to find.
Okay.
Rare is in photograph world is like one-offs.
Right.
Like a soldier personally taking pictures of a battle, and those are the only pictures that exist from, you know what I mean, that are true originals. That would be rare.
Okay. So, like, if you get your own pictures developed off the negatives and everything, does it? Do you have to do it a certain way for it to still be valuable, or can you just take them to some photographer and have them develop the photos for you and still be able to make money? Or
from what I understand, you just need to make sure that they're quality prints.
Right.
That you don't, you can't do it on a Kodak printer at home.
Yeah, you see all the little you can definitely see the pixelation and stuff if you try and.
Right. You want it done on you want it done by a professional prints, professional paper. Because people are going to pay more just because it is something that's going to last,
Right.
So you'll see guys that print them out at home and sell them on eBay, and you know what? They look like crap, and they sell for crap.
Right. Definitely.
I'm not in the business to make crap.
Yeah, the only photos that I ever find and sell are just signed and numbered prints that I find at thrift stores. Like, they'll be framed and everything. It'll be like pieces of art, basically. I'll buy those for $5 or whatnot, and a lot of that stuff sells pretty well.
Yeah, and I've got a bunch of those. I have a bunch of those from my time in service that are numbered and signed by the artist, and all that kind of stuff does go up in value. Especially James Dietz is a real popular one.
Right. So, hey Caesar, what do you got planned for the day?
Shit, I'm still trying to wake up. For today, just trying to get all these last minute orders out the way. I mean, obviously tomorrow's Halloween, pretty exciting stuff. I'm not gonna put on that damn mask again. I'll tell you guys right now. Just get through the day, and then take the kids trick or treating. And then see what's up with the weekend.
Right. Yeah.
How's everybody's sales for the month?
This has actually been a really bad month for me. This is my lowest month in probably.
Oh, come on, dude. We don't want to hear that.
I've been too busy with this show, and I've been too busy with Amazon, and I just haven't had time to list, man. I'm used to doing about 30 items a day, getting at least 20 to 30 items listed a day, and I've been doing maybe 5 at the most days. And every time I tell myself, I'm going to go do this, I'm going to list today, nothing else. I'm not leaving until this gets listed. Something comes up, and I got to go and take care of it.
Remember the power sellers old say, the more you list, the more money you make.
I know. And if it's not listed, you will never make money on it.
Yeah.
Listing equals sales. That is true.
Yeah. I mean, I'm actually might just blow this auction off today just to list. I mean, I know I'll make a ton of money if I go, but man, I could make a ton of money with what I've got unlisted right now if I would just get it listed. So I'm probably just gonna.
If you go to the auction, you spend money. When you list those items, you make the money.
Here, I shared this on Facebook, but here you go. There's my year-to-date on my primary PayPal account.
Nice.
All right.
And that's just on PayPal, huh? I do a lot of cash.
Yeah, you got to remember that, I do eBay, plus I do private sales and stuff like that. So
yeah.
I run a lot of stuff through PayPal outside of eBay.
Nice. What is that, 51,000?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 51 and a half. That's awesome.
That's how much you got on PayPal?
That's my gross year-to-date.
Oh, okay, got it. I was going to say, dude, let's go buy a house.
No, trust me, I'll never have that much in PayPal because I would have reinvested it by now.
Dude, don't say that. You will have that much.
So, I like to keep some money in the bank.
If you left that amount of money in PayPal, I'd shoot you. You'd have to put that in a money market at least.
Yeah, I don't leave money in PayPal because then they're making money on my money.
Yeah, basically. That's why I don't keep money in my bank account. I keep it running as low as possible.
That's not even that. I reinvest heavily. I mean, I really try to put as much money back into this as I can.
Yeah, that's my strategy. You've got to roll it back in. Just keep plowing it in, man. Just keep.
Well, because if I don't feel like going out for 2 weeks, I still have plenty of inventory to list. I don't have to go out and source constantly.
Yep, that's where I'm at now. It's a pretty good feeling, but sometimes it feels a little overwhelming too. But
yesterday, I listed every single thing I had thrifted.
Like a champion.
It's a nice feeling. Every single thing is listed.
Yep, that's how you do it.
And hey, I'll let you guys know, silver has dropped dramatically. Silver is down to like $16.50 an ounce. Right now is the time to buy silver.
Here's the problem with buying silver right now. Everybody, like when silver was going up, back when it was like, it went from $8 to $12, it was really easy to find people selling it for spot. And when it went from $12 to $25, it was still really easy to find people selling it for spot. Then when it went from $25 to $35, it was really easy to find people selling it for spot. But now that it's been $35, even though that was like years ago, it's dropped down significantly. But most of the people that have all the silver still look at it like it's worth $35, so you can't find it. People won't sell it for spot anymore. It's really hard to find.
You can go to coin dealers, certain jewelers and pawn shops. They will sell silver. They have a commission. Right now, I have one place they sell it for $2.50 over spot.
Yeah, nothing like that around here.
And then another place they do a $5 charge, a flat fee, for every 10 ounces you buy.
Oh, we don't have any real changers around here. We do have coin dealers.
I'm surprised Denver should have it.
Oh, no. They can't. We've got a lot of coin dealers, and actually a bunch of them went out of business after the market dropped through the floor. But these guys are very, very hard to deal with now. It used to be I could go in there and buy stuff at spot all day long, but now they want, even for junk silver, old 1964 quarters and stuff like that. I mean, they're not even asking spot price anymore. They're doing like $3 a piece for them, or $1 a piece for dimes, and like at the very least, they don't even let you. I mean, even if you know what it weighs and how much it's worth spot, then they're going to be really hard to deal with. They want to sell to collectors, and even like Silver Eagles. $5 surcharge over spot on Silver Eagles, or $3 over spot on Silver Eagles, and it's
Well,
just really
certain things will have a markup because of what it is. But yeah, usually you may want to shop around for different dealers.
Oh, I go all over. I'm doing.
Yeah, wow.
I used to go to coin dealers all the time. I was a coin collector. I still have a bunch of coin collections back there. I got rid of most of my silver when it was about $35. I blew it out and started. That's when I really started investing in this business. Started buying a lot of inventory. Is when gold and silver were high. I just blew it all out and threw it right back into inventory and started buying out like a lot of video game collections from people on Craigslist and stuff like that.
And another known thing, I don't know if people know this, but if you say you go to estate sales and you get some gold rings or silver, and you just want to scrap it for cash, what you can do is scrap it to a dealership and then get bullion in return, like the silver coins. When you do that, you avoid sales tax. So
Okay.
if you live in a state like California, we have 9.75% sales tax. So if you buy, 10 ounces of gold, you're going to get charged sales tax for that. But if you convert it, if you take your coins and gold rings, silver rings, whatever, and you convert that into bullion, you don't get charged tax.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's something to think about.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Dana. Dana sold his auction at the last minute. Good job, Dana.
Nice work.
I got a question for all of you guys.
Yeah.
What's the most sales you guys ever got on Black Friday?
I didn't even pay attention to Black Friday last year. I was too busy buying.
Dude. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not much into the holiday thing. So much of my stuff is military collectibles, paper. I don't really see a big spike on any one day. It just goes up over the next few months,
Yeah, last Black Friday was my first real Black Friday where I had a lot of inventory listed, and I was still kind of. I mean, I'd just gone full time. I just lost my job, so I was still kind of in the part-time mode as far as like what I was paying attention to and what I was watching. I was just making sales and listing and making sales and listing, and that's all I was concerned with. Just keep stuff listed, keep listing stuff every day, keep making those sales, and keep making sure to get to the post office every day to drop off my packages. Just focusing on that. I wasn't really paying so much attention to like holidays and what days are better and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Does anybody know her?
Oh, that's my wife, dude.
That one's money, right?
The last time I talked to her, she was like a virgin.
That was quite a while ago, wasn't it?
That's awesome, Caesar.
Sorry.
That's September 1985, Madonna.
That's probably a money one, right?
I don't know what they're going for right now. Not as much as you would think. The problem with anything past like the 50s is people got into collector mode and they saved everything. That's the thing with collectibles. Anything pre-50s is normally going to be more valuable just because a lot more of it was thrown away back then.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why baseball cards, anything before the 70s, is money. But that's when they started realizing, holy crap, people are willing to spend a lot for these. And before that, everybody was just using them to, put in their spokes of their bikes to make that sound, and
right,
doing just trashing them, using them as paper or as coasters and stuff. And comic books, I think, same way. Anything, it's got to be like pre-70s, or else it's just not going to be worth a whole lot.
Yeah, it looks like, because this one's in real nice shape and the staples aren't rusted and stuff, so it'll go for about $10 plus shipping.
Wow, a lot less.
But now, what I'll probably do is list it international for $15 plus shipping, and it will sell probably to Australia. The Aussies love Playboy.
Yeah, and they love that Madonna, huh?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, that's why I do international, because there's some stuff that you can sell in the U.S. that's stupid common and isn't worth $5, but you could put it on eBay for 20, 25 bucks because you offer international shipping, and it will sell.
Yeah, I was just talking about that with one of my buddies yesterday at his shop. He sells a lot of stuff to Japan, and he was talking to another guy who does a lot of denim, and that stuff just it goes. People in Korea and Japan, they just go crazy over like those older Levi's, and I mean, if you can describe it right and you know what you've got, and you've got it all like. You can list that thing like you know what you're talking about and take good pictures, then you
Right.
can easily get top dollar if you're doing it internationally.
Well, you know, here's the other thing you got to think about. Anybody that grew up around the Canadian border, you know, like when I was a kid, the exchange rate was, you know, $1 Canadian was 50 cents American. We used to go do our clothes shopping in Ontario for school, you know, because it was cheaper. Everything was cheaper that way because the exchange rate. Well, it's the same thing when you have somebody from Europe using the euro buying American goods. You know, it's like a dollar European's like a dollar, I think 30 or 40 American. So it's cheaper for them to, even though they're paying more pricing, you know, their money's worth more than ours. So it's not as high of a price as we think it is, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, it's the same reason that China can send their stuff to the U.S. for like $1 or less than $1 because of the exchange rate and the deal that they've got with the post office and all that.
Right.
I mean, you can. That's why you see stuff on eBay. It's like $1 with free shipping from China for these little electronic things or these little knickknacks or gadgets, because I mean it costs them pennies to ship it. Of course, it takes a month to get here, but.
Yeah,
I mean,
so I mean that's something to think about. People thinking about trying to jump into the international market is, you know, those people's money's worth more than ours.
Yeah.
So they're willing to pay up for it. It's just like using FBA. You know, people are willing to pay up for it because of the service that it offers. You know, they like getting that package at their door in 2 days.
Yeah, and they like to feel like they bought it from Amazon. You know, they don't feel like they're getting it from some private. Some small guy out of his garage, you know, they know they're getting it from Amazon. Even if it's not necessarily Amazon's product, it still feels like it's Amazon's, and Amazon still does all the work, so people like that.
Speaking of Amazon, did you guys hear about the restrictions on buying quantities now?
No.
So, like, say if I'm a buyer and I want to buy something from Amazon, like, say, for example, you want to buy something that's hot, like, say, frozen. There's already a limited quantity you could buy at a time. I think it's 2.
Yeah, that was happening last year during Christmas.
Yeah, and they just started that because all these, I mean, not to talk down anybody, but all these drop shippers are doing from Amazon to eBay. That's why they put that as restriction in.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think that probably protects the market and their image.
Yeah. And it gives other buyers opportunity to buy too, you know?
Right. Well, and it even gives the private citizen opportunity to purchase.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing that I want to find, or one type of person I want to find. I need to talk to somebody who has done drop shipping, who knows drop shipping. I don't care if they've lost their ass drop shipping or if they're making $1 million a year drop shipping. I want to talk to somebody about it. So, I mean, if any of you guys know, anybody in the audience, anybody on the panel knows somebody that I could get in touch with, maybe have them on the show, that not just somebody who's speculating. I don't want to talk to somebody that looked into it. Or
I'll go with you after the show.
Right, Kelly Picker? We'll talk after the show, dude.
Yeah.
Have you done drop shipping, Kelly Picker?
Myself? No.
I haven't done it, but I know people that've done it, and let's just say the more sales you do, the more it's going to eat up on your fees. The more your profit margins are very, very low, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of, and that's why I haven't looked into it a whole lot. It just seems like it's going to be really hard to make money doing it, and it's a lot more work and a lot more hassle than it's worth because of the returns, and because, I mean, just there are a million reasons why it just doesn't seem like it would be something that I would want to deal with. But, I mean,
I think you ought to look into what RB3 was talking about with the replens.
Oh, yeah.
That seemed like a pretty good idea. I mean, you think about how big a Walmart is and how many products they have. Probably wouldn't be that hard to find a 2 or 3 product niche that someone else isn't really doing that on eBay or on Amazon yet. You know what I mean? And just getting yourself a couple of replens.
Yeah, I actually found an item yesterday when I was just scanning, when I was out looking for my costume.
Yeah, what is it?
Oh, I'll tell you later, maybe. No,
After
but I scanned it. I know exactly what this item is, and it wasn't on Amazon, so I got to check a couple other stores to see. But I know how much it could potentially go for, and yeah, I got to do a little bit more research. But
Hey, send a couple in, see what happens.
yeah, well,
You know, it's just like those filters. When I started sending them in, there was none on FBA.
really,
Yeah,
And
they
they
were
were-
all merchant fulfilled for $40. I put mine up FBA for 60.
and they were ranked.
Yeah, they had sold in the past.
Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. This one has no listing, no nothing. So, and it's a little expensive. I don't know if I'll get what I want for it, but like I said, I know what this stuff is, and I know that it's something that would sell. It's just a matter of getting it up on Amazon and getting it.
No, I think that was one of the best things I gleaned from yesterday was the replens, you know,
Yeah.
and the fact that he's purchasing them at retail, or
Right.
you know, or small wholesale price, you know.
Yeah. Well,
I
actually,
thought that was pretty cool.
RB3 and myself, we have kind of like the same business strategy, but the difference between him and I, he's doing FB and I'm doing eBay.
right
And
on.
with the drop shipping, if you don't do it right, you can get yourself in trouble.
Oh yes, yes.
But if you set it up properly, you have a procedure in place, it can be profitable, but you have to keep on it.
I
have
think
to-
that would have to be your sole business model.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be your sole one, but you have to keep tabs on it.
Right.
Yeah. It's not something you can set it and forget it.
No,
What-
no.
You gotta be always monitoring your supplier. Like say if it's Amazon, you gotta make sure that because every single second Amazon's changing their prices, or the other sellers are. And if you have it listed to increase the margins by 15%, and they already increased it by 15%, by the time you sell it, you lost money.
Right.
So you gotta be always monitoring it.
Yeah, that's why I like FBA, man. It's like Ronco. I set it and forget it.
Edit and forget it.
Yep.
Almost
Yeah.
sounds like
You know,
Tebow.
cooking turkeys is what we're doing.
Just gotta let it marinate.
Yeah.
Turbo roaster.
I mean, hell, that big shipment I sent in, I've already done $200 out of it. So
Yeah.
I've already done double what my shipping cost me to send it in.
Yeah, I still can't believe how much more stuff goes for on FBA sometimes. I mean, like I was saying before, these video games that I just dropped in, I mean, these are games that I find all the time, that I buy all the time, that I resell all the time. And, I mean, they're games that I'm used to getting some of them $10, $12 for. They're selling for $20 right away. Some of them, like some of the more rare games, I'm used to getting $40, $50 for. They're getting $65 on FBA. I mean, it's looking pretty promising in that area. Just need to find a better supplier. They're starting to dry up. All the game stores around here are getting hip to the Amazon prices, and they're starting to realize exactly how much the stuff really is worth, and they're getting better at checking their prices online. I mean, a year ago, I could walk into some of these local game stores, and they just knew what the prices were. They knew what the stuff sold for, so they would just sell it for whatever they thought it was worth. But now they're actually getting on Amazon, they're getting on pricecharting.com, they're getting on eBay, they're looking up their prices. Some of them are opening up eBay stores and doing horribly, it seems. I've been keeping tabs on the ones that have, and they don't sell for, I mean, they're really, really small time. But it kind of sucks because these are the guys that, they get a rare game in that I would buy in a heartbeat, and they're selling it they send it to eBay, and then they're just, it's frustrating. But it's just been getting harder and harder to source games, so that's why I've got to move into all this other stuff.
Hey, I just went to the kitchen to go get some coffee, and then I was listening to the news real quick that the CEO of Apple just announced that he can't. Well, I don't know if I should say it on the air. He came out the closet.
Oh, well.
Oh, he was in the closet?
He
Did
just
somebody have him tied up? Did I miss something?
no, the CEO of Apple. I don't even want to say his name, but they just announced that he believes in fairies. There you go. I didn't want to say the word.
What are you saying, man? I believe in fairies.
He is of alternate lifestyle.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. I don't want to offend anybody.
What kind of lifestyle? I've never heard of this.
Come up to Justice City. I'll take you to a certain bar. You might.
Oh yeah, we've got
we
whole
had a
neighborhoods.
place
in
called
Denver.
Hairspray across from the Federal Building. I know all about it.
Yeah, we've got entire neighborhoods here in Denver.
Any place that has a 12-foot Marilyn Monroe with her dress blowing up, called Hairspray, you probably don't want to go clubbing. Not unless you're into that thing. Hey, to each his own.
Hey, that's what I say. To each his own. I could care less what you do in your private life or whatever. It doesn't even bother me.
I will share this one story. I before I did this, I was a private investigator in the San Francisco area, and this one person hired me to follow this person around, and this person worked in this club called Club Trigger, and it was in the Castro district, and I didn't even think about it until I went to this establishment, and oh yeah, it was like the Blue Oyster right out of the Police Academy movies. I walked into this bar, and it was like all the music stopped, and everybody, all these guys, just turned and looked at me, and were looking me up and down like, ooh, fresh meat. And I felt so I went straight to the bartender and started hitting on the guy bartender, because I knew I would, nothing would happen, but I would be safe.
Yeah.
That was the most awkward case I've ever had to work.
You're pretty dedicated to your job if you're hitting on him.
I bet you when you walked in there, they were just like, he's very handsome. The mosquitoes refuse to bite him. He's
Yep.
They were probably thinking, depending on what your outfit was whether you were part of the village people or not.
Yeah, I wasn't dressed up like that, but they were.
Yeah.
Did you get Danica's leather pants on?
Some did.
I was talking about you.
Oh no, me. I was just dressed, some jeans and a shirt, and just
Assless chaps.
Yeah, no,
Assless wrestling singlets.
I should find. I have some of the pictures because I had to do. I had a hidden camera with me, and so I had to take photographs while I was in there. And yeah, some of these looks on these people's faces.
The number one rule of an alternative lifestyle is don't take pictures, right?
Yeah, well,
if there's no pictures, it didn't happen.
There's no evidence.
What
are we talking about? I just heard assless chaps. What are we talking about?
Talking about one of Callie's favorite cases.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about his trip to San Francisco.
You know what?
Yeah, you can actually look up that. You'll see what if you do Club Trigger on Google search, and you'll see what the home pages, the landing pages for that club. It's just you'll get the idea of what kind of club it is.
I'm not about to do that because if my wife looks up my internet history, she's gonna ask me, "What in the hell are you doing looking up Trigger?"
Just tell her you're planning a trip to go see Cali Baker.
She might have
That's where he wanted to meet you.
for you.
Yeah, you're going.
Okay, everybody, just take the moment and look at Kelly Picker. You know who he reminds me of right now? That guy from the Dos Equis commercial.
Oh,
the most interesting man in the world.
Yeah. Stay thirsty, my friends. No,
I don't always donate money to charity. When I do, it does not include an ice bucket.
We'll change the slogan. We'll say, "Keep listening, my friends."
Keep listening. Listing equals sales.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. It's that time again. But we had a good show today. Had a lot of fun. Did a lot of talking. You can go back and watch it again after we go offline if you missed any of it. And
hit the like button.
Hit that like button. Yep, there's a little like button down there, and then that red subscribe button over there. Go ahead and grab that too. I think pretty much everybody on this panel right now also does videos. So if any of you guys, before we go off, just want to type something in the chat real quick so that they can just mouse over your name. There will be a little pop-up that comes up, and then there will be a red subscribe button there as well. Go ahead and subscribe to their channels. Go check out their videos, see what they're doing out there, and anybody who wants to come on, I'm going to be posting a link to the Hangout once it goes offline. You can pop in, we'll see how you, just talk to you a little bit and get to know you, and maybe we can get you on. Just need to have a mic and a camera. But yeah, we will be on again tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope you come back and see us. And tonight's Where's My Thrifting Girls at? What time is that, Danica? Do you know, or does anybody know? I think they usually go at like 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Thursday night. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you guys.
Later.
Hey guys.